pleasure to welcome you, ladies and gentlemen. This is the third edition of our Urban Conversations. We started in partnership with ICRIER, and in particular, one of the anchors of these conversations was and is Dr. Ishar Ahluwalia, who is also the chairperson of ICRIER. ICRIER is today represented by Dr. Meenu Tiwari because Ishar is traveling much as she would have loved to be here, and she was the one who actually, sort of got Shyam Khandekar to accept our invite to anchor the third edition of Conversations. As you know, that this is about the public domain in the city, how to use its potential to energize our cities and make them more livable. We all, at one time or the other have felt sorry that there are not enough public spaces. The ones that are there are usually encroached, whether it's the pavement, whether it's the park, whether it's any open space, and these are not regulated. At least in our country, they are not regulated, and it's kind of free for all in a sense, unlike some of the better governed municipalities where the civic governance takes responsibility for managing all the spaces. So this is what it's about, and we have a wonderful, extremely, experienced person who has designed cities, who's worked as a designer, based out of Netherlands, and is here with us this evening. That's Shyam Khandekar. I'll just introduce Shyam to all of you, ladies and gentlemen. He's a city lover, and he got his bachelor's degree in architecture from IHC-ICRIER and his master's degree in urban design from Manchester in the United Kingdom, and also urban planning from Delft in Netherlands. He has written on designing cities and practiced design for nearly 4 decades in Europe, and he has of course worked in India as well, and more recently so. In the 70s, he was awarded the Dutch government's International Fellowship and also received the Fritz Schumacher Traveling Fellowship of the University of Hanover, Germany. He's lectured extensively on his designs and on the livability of cities across the world. Shyam was the founder and director of his own multidisciplinary design practice in the Netherlands for over 25 years. We were just having a chat before, we introduced ourselves, and he was saying that this is his second innings, and he's decided and he planned his second innings the way he wants to play it. He said, there's no point continuing your first innings beyond relevance, and he does have a shadow of, misgiving that he declared his first innings a little too late, but I think he's just done it just in time. There's a sense of timing must be lauded. It's done wonderfully. Shyam is going to talk to us about his concept, and his, the customary thing is to be able to take 20 minutes or 25 minutes to set the frame, and then we can have a conversation going. But before Shyam takes the floor, I request Dr. Meenu Tiwari of ICRIER to say a few words to preface Shyam's talk here. Meenu Tiwari. And Shyam, thank you very much for being here with us today. It's a delight and pleasure to have you here in our midst. I know that you travel infrequently, but once in 5 weeks or so, but it's great that we could time it in a way that you are here this evening for our third conversation. Thank you, Shyam. And
I just want to take a couple of minutes and not more, to join Mr. Liban in welcoming Mr. Shyam Khandekar. It's a pleasure to have you here and to talk about a theme that is one of the salient themes of our times today. There is a major urban transition underway in India, which has been discussed a lot. There are 377 million urban residents today, and there are projections that this will nearly double in less than 20 years to 600 plus million, and that there will be 600 to 700 million square meters of space that will be needed to accommodate this kind of growth, which is like building a Chicago every year. So there's a lot that has to be done in our cities and is being done. But as that happens, the kinds of issues that Mr. Khandekar will be talking about the quality of this urban space that will emerge and is emerging, is critical. How livable are our cities? There are deep deficits, we all know that. There are all kinds of consequences of those deep deficits. But in pulling together and finding innovative ways forward, ICRIER has been excited about that because in the recent past, in the last few years, ICRIER, which was an economic policy institute, as you know, has been very interested and has become involved in the